The cataclysm of Thera, how an ancient disaster shaped civilization. In a time before history was written, when myths and gods ruled the human imagination, there existed a vibrant island community in the heart of the Aegean Sea. Thera, known today as Santorini, was a hub of culture, commerce, and art, nestled within the cradle of Bronze Age civilizations. Its people lived in harmony with the sea, crafting frescoes that celebrated nature, building elegant homes, and trading their wares across the Mediterranean. Yet beneath their feet, a monstrous force was stirring, a force that would not only annihilate their world, but reshape the destiny of civilizations far beyond. The day the earth roared for weeks, the islanders had noticed strange occurrences. The earth trembled softly at first, as though the ground were restless in its sleep. Animals behaved erratically, their instincts sensing danger that human eyes could not yet perceive. The once calm Aegean waters began to churn, and a foul smell of sulfur wafted through the air. Beneath the island, magma was rising, preparing to unleash a fury that would shake the ancient world. Then it happened. The ground split open with a deafening roar, and the sky turned dark as ash and pumice rained down. The volcano's eruption was unlike anything the people of Thera, or anyone in the ancient world, had ever witnessed. The explosive force tore apart the island, sending shockwaves through the sea and sky. A plume of ash rose miles into the atmosphere, visible from distant shores. Fiery rivers of molten rock consumed the land, while the island's heart collapsed into the sea, forming the massive caldera that defines Santorini's landscape today. But the horror did not end with the eruption. When the caldera fell, it displaced enormous volumes of water, unleashing a series of colossal tsunamis. These towering waves surged across the Aegean, battering nearby coastlines with devastating force. Crete, home to the flourishing Minoan civilization, bore the brunt of this watery assault. Coastal towns were obliterated, and ports that had once thrived with trade became watery graves. The ripple effect, a civilization in crisis. The Minoans were among the most advanced societies of their time. Their labyrinthine palaces, such as the one at Knossos, were marvels of engineering. Their art celebrated life, nature, and the sea, reflecting a culture that seemed destined to flourish for centuries. Yet, in the wake of Thera's eruption, their world began to unravel. The tsunamis that crashed into Crete destroyed vital harbors and trade routes, severing the lifeline of commerce that had sustained the Minoans' wealth and influence. Ashfall from the eruption blanketed fields, poisoning crops and contaminating water supplies. Famine loomed, and the once great civilization found itself weakened, vulnerable to external threats. Not long after, the Mycenaeans from mainland Greece, more militaristic and aggressive, swept in to conquer what remained of the Minoan world. The eruption of Thera had not only devastated an island, but had set the stage for a dramatic shift in the balance of power in the ancient Mediterranean. Whispers of the past, legends and myths. For those who survived, the memory of the eruption lingered like a shadow, passed down through generations in stories and myths. The destruction of Thera may have been the seed for one of history's most enduring legends, Atlantis. The Greek philosopher Plato wrote of a great advanced civilization that was swallowed by the sea in a single cataclysmic event. While Atlantis remains a mystery, many scholars believe Plato's tale could have been inspired by the memory of Thera and the collapse of the Minoan civilization. Other myths echo the devastation. The Greek stories of floods sent by Zeus to punish humanity, or the wrath of Poseidon, god of the sea, could be cultural echoes of the tsunamis and earthquakes that reshaped the Aegean. Even the biblical account of plagues and darkness in Exodus aligns with the environmental chaos caused by a volcanic eruption of this magnitude. A world transformed. The eruption of Thera was not confined to local devastation. Its impact reverberated across the ancient world. Ash carried by the winds darkened skies far beyond the Aegean, disrupting agriculture and trade across the Mediterranean. This volcanic winter caused years of cooling, leading to failed harvests and economic strain on civilizations as far away as Egypt and the Near East. Paradoxically, the disaster also preserved a snapshot of life on Thera. Beneath layers of ash, the ancient town of Akrotiri lay frozen in time, much like Pompeii after Vesuvius. Frescoes depicting vivid scenes of daily life, nature, and seafaring survived, offering modern archaeologists a glimpse into a sophisticated cosmopolitan society. These artworks reveal not only the creativity of the Therans, but also their deep connection to the natural world, a connection that was ultimately their undoing. Lessons in resilience. The story of Thera is one of destruction, but also of resilience. Human societies across the Mediterranean adapted to the challenges posed by the disaster. Survivors from Thera and Crete migrated to other regions, carrying their skills, knowledge, and culture with them. The Mycenaeans, who rose to power in the wake of the Minoans' decline, inherited and built upon their achievements, creating the foundations for what would become classical Greek civilization. Today, the caldera of Santorini is a reminder of the island's volcanic past, its cliffs revealing layers of history shaped by fire and ash. Tourists flock to its shores, unaware that the beauty of the landscape is born from one of history's most devastating natural events. Modern reflections. As we study the eruption of Thera, we are reminded of the raw power of nature and its ability to alter the course of history. The disaster teaches us the importance of preparation and resilience in the face of unpredictable forces. It also highlights the interconnectedness of human societies, how a single event in one part of the world can ripple outward, changing the trajectory of civilizations. In an era of climate change and natural disasters, the lessons of Thera remain strikingly relevant. Just as ancient societies adapted and rebuilt, we too must learn to live in harmony with our environment, respecting the forces that shape our world. The legacy of Thera. The eruption of Thera was a moment of unparalleled destruction, but it was also a transformative event. It wiped away a thriving community, reshaped the Mediterranean world, and left an indelible mark on human history. Through myths, art, and archaeology, the story of Thera endures, a testament to the fragility and resilience of civilizations. It reminds us that even in the face of catastrophe, humanity has the power to endure, adapt, and rise anew. The cataclysm of Thera wasn't just an ancient disaster. It was a pivotal chapter in the story of human civilization. And like all great stories, it continues to teach, inspire, and provoke awe. This storytelling approach brings the events of Thera to life while maintaining an engaging narrative flow. It's detailed, vivid, and connects the ancient catastrophe to broader themes of resilience, mythology, and modern relevance.